Okay guys, so the next video here is going to be triangular prisms, and this one I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker because we've already talked about what surface area is, that it's covering the outside of a figure in comparison to volume, which would be filling up a figure. So the next, excuse me, that's the bell. The next one that we're going to talk about is going to be triangular prisms. So triangular prisms gets its name from its base. Both bases are triangles. A triangular prism that you probably see a lot would be maybe something like a tent. Okay. Just so you're aware of what the triangular prism's net looks like, here it is. You'll have the three sides that make up the outside of the triangular prism, and then here's both bases. There's the triangle. So they would fold up, these would fold over, and then there you would have your tent. So how to find the surface area of a triangular prism? Same thing with rectangular prism. Matter of fact, everything I did in rectangular prism was to set you up for triangular prism. So here's your formula. Formula for a prism is perimeter of the base times height plus 2 times the area of the base. You see capital letters, just like I said with rectangular prism, that means we got to draw our base. So here you go. When you draw your base, you need to put everything in. You need to put all the sides, and then you need to put the height of the triangle. We do this so we make sure we don't get the height of the triangle mixed up with the height of the prism. And if you remember before, when I said when you draw your base out and whatever number's missing from your original picture, that's your height, that's all set up for this. The biggest mistake the kids make with triangular prisms is they get the height of the triangle mixed up with the height of the prism. The height of the prism is the distance between the two bases, the two triangles. The height of the triangle is just what we need to find the area of that triangle. That's all it's used for. So you draw your base with the height of the triangle in it. Then when I go to ask that question, hey, what number's missing from my original picture? Oh, that's 6. This is my height. This is how you make sure you don't make a mistake with the height. Okay? So from here, it's pretty simple. Now we just find the perimeter. Okay? The perimeter is 3 plus 3 plus 3. That's 9. And then big B is the area of the base. So the area of the base is going to be base, which is 3, times height, which is 2. 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. So here is everything we need to go into our formula. Again, our height is whatever number is not drawn in this picture when we draw our base. And again, I'm saying height a lot. That's what gets confusing. It's probably a little confusing listening to me talk about it. Imagine how confusing it would be doing it. So just remember to follow this process. Draw your base, your triangle, with the height in it. Okay, and then whatever number is not in this picture that was in the original, that's the height of your prism. Remember, height of the triangle and height of the prism is two different things. This is just the height of the triangle. This is the distance between the two triangles. All right, so, and then perimeter came from 3 plus 3 plus 3. Area of the base came from 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. Now I have everything I need to throw into my formula. So here we go. Big P is 9. The height is 6. And this, like I said, this is where all the mistakes are going to be made. A lot of kids will put 2 here, the height of the triangle, in place for the height of the prism. And that's where the mistakes come in. And then area of the base is 3. So we plug everything in. 9 times 6 is 54. 2 times 3 is 6. So when you add the 2 together, you'll get 60. And that would be meters squared. Again, area is surface area is a 2-dimensional measurement. So what would you guys do? Hopefully you'll write out your formula so you make sure you get everything in. Then you will write out what you're going to put in the calculator, and then you'll just put this in the calculator and hit enter. This is all that I'm asking for. But again, I do want you to draw the base just so we don't make sure, we don't make that mistake with the height. And plus, we're organizing everything that we need to put into our formula to make sure we don't make any mistakes. Kids that spend the extra 30 seconds to make sure that they don't, spend the extra 30 seconds to draw their base so they don't make those mistakes, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They will be the one not making the mistakes. The kids that try to rush through it real quick and don't draw their bases, they're going to get the two heights mixed up, and that's when answers are going to start getting messed up. So please, 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 draw your base. All right, and so that is surface area of a triangular prism. The extra credit problem for the triangular prism is going to be a big tent. And what I need you to tell me is how much material do I need to make this tent. So I want this tent to have a face that is 6 by 6 by 6. 6, 6, and 6. I want the height of the tent to be 5. And we're doing this in feet, y'all. 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. And the 10 is 5 feet tall. Now I want the thing to be, I probably shouldn't have drawn it like this. Alright, my bad. But either way, I want the triangular prism, I want it to be 10 feet long. Okay? So one more time. The face of my 10, I want it to be 6 by 6 by 6. I want it to be 5 feet tall, and I want it to be 10 feet long. So the distance between both triangles, hint, hint, will be 10 feet. Okay? So let me try to draw a little bit of that version of that real quick. So it'll look like this. Boom, boom, boom. 6, 6, 6. The height is 5, and the height of the prism is 10. And that's all in feet. That's the extra credit problem for triangular prism, and that is surface area of triangular prism.